So excited to be chatting with you guys. Two-time Grammy Award winners, nominees this year. Congratulations. This is the first time I have had an opportunity to chat with you guys, so I'm fangirling a little bit right now.
Oh, thank you. You're too kind. You're making us feel good. This is awesome.
Well,
I got a compliment on your setup right there. You got some nice plants. You got
oh,
a
thank you.
good Zoom background.
Solid, very solid.
Yeah, that's
Thank you.
fantastic.
Well, we're spending a lot of time at home these days, and so these are really the only friends I have in my life right now.
Are they real plants?
They are. This one I got at Home Depot, and it just blew up. I got no idea why.
I love it. That's awesome. That's awesome.
Well, thank you so much for hanging out with Pure Country. I'm really excited. I want to talk to you guys about a whole bunch of stuff, but let's start with Glad You Exist, the new single, co-written by both of you, produced by you, Dan, and like totally put together in quarantine.
Yeah, absolutely. Man, we're so pumped about this song, and we wrote this song back, I guess it was last year in January, right before the Grammys, and this song was always really special to us. I remember right when we wrote it, we ran back to the hotel and we're playing it for our team and very excited about it. And little did we know what was to come, with Corona and everything that happened, the quarantine, and it was wild. Kind of obviously what it did for our fans. This message is such a positive thing to put out into the world, but also for us. This has kind of been a healing process for us putting that out there, and it's just been amazing. And Dan did such a great job with the production, and doing the for quarantine was kind of interesting. Obviously we're kind of used to doing that kind of DIY, in Dan's studio. So it kind of worked out for us to be able to do it that way.
That's very cool. I imagine that, a lot of artists, when they are hanging on to lyrics or hanging on to titles, waiting for the perfect moment doesn't always happen, kind of like it did with this.
Yeah. This song, the message, it was just something, Glad You Exist. I wrote that down on my phone, and I would always say it to my wife and to my friends, and just one of those things. It's like kind of a left of center way of saying, I love you, I care about you, I'm thinking about you. And we wrote that song, and we knew it was special, but I feel like it's taken on a whole new meaning. We didn't intend for it to be like a quarantine theme or anything like that, but I feel like people are really missing that personal, human connection, just being locked down for a year now. And this reaction we've gotten on this song is unlike anything we've ever seen from any song we've ever put out. It's just people have just connected with it, in different ways. It's we've seen everything from people using it as an engagement song or a wedding song to military homecomings, just telling their pet they love them. It's just a universal kind of anthem, and we lucked out with the timing of it. I think people could really use that positive message right now, and we know we certainly could.
Yeah, I do have to say you're a super good friend and, husband for just telling people you're glad they exist. That's a nice thing. That's really nice.
Oh, thank you. We're glad you exist.
Thanks. So, having chatted with many, many artists over the last year, there are two sides to the coin. Some artists are saying that, the whole pandemic has sort of stifled the creative process for them, that writing in quarantine is not really something that comes naturally to them or anything that they're able to pivot with. You guys have done a tremendous job pivoting your talents and career throughout this entire thing. Tell us a little bit about what that's been like creatively for you guys.
Yeah, I think, we went through waves, I feel like, of figuring out, what it looked like, during lockdown. Dan and I didn't see each other for what felt like 2 years. It was 3 or 4 months that we were, quarantined in our houses, and, we were just able to talk on the phone and things. And when we finally got back together, it was a sigh of relief of like, oh man, it's really good to even get down, be able to actually be creative and be together. And it was really awesome. I think for us, we were excited again about music and making music. And I know that everyone's had their own struggle with, how to be creative during this process, because obviously we had a lot of amazing tools like Zoom, and we were able to, write over Zoom, which, a lot of people, it's tough to write over Zoom whenever you're trying to, we're very interactive when we write. And, it was hard, like, not to talk over each other, and you're like trying to figure out that whole deal. And I feel like, a lot of people were learning how to do that. And when we finally were able to actually get back in the room, it was really exciting for us, because it felt like a re-excitement, I guess, of being able to make music, and an appreciation for, what we get to do. Because we didn't know when we'd be able to see each other again, and when we'd be able to actually be in person and actually write songs together. And, I feel like for us, a lot of the creative energy that we had pent up, we were in full tour mode whenever we were, back in March of 2020, we were just starting our tour. And, we weren't really thinking too much about, our writing process back then because we were getting into tour mode. And, obviously all that, the rug was pulled out from everybody not being able to tour. And so whenever we finally get back together, I feel like we were really ready and had some things to say. And I feel like for a lot of people, I think there's been a lot of great music come out of this because, a lot of times when you're so busy, and you're touring and you're doing the whole thing, it's, you get very busy, and sometimes you just kind of, you're thinking about that. You're thinking about touring, and I feel like a lot of us, you went through a lot of things, and I think a lot of people had something to say and had, new ideas. And for us, I think we were just excited and really more appreciative than we'd ever been of being able to make music and be together again. So I think for us, it was just kind of a learning experience of, how things were going to work. And it was definitely a challenge, but I think overall there was a lot of hidden blessings in this whole thing. Obviously, a lot of tragedy and horrible things happened in 2020 into, this year, but I think there was a lot of great things that come out of that. And I think it's important that we highlight those as well of, even though it was a hard time, we also have a new appreciation, I think, just for, humanity in general. I feel like we've all learned a lot, even though there's been a lot of bad things. I think we need to highlight those of, we do have really great people in our life, and just telling someone that you're glad that they exist is a very important thing that I think often got lost, kind of before this. And I think a lot of people realize how important it was of like, it's important we tell the people that we love them. And, no matter what that is, I think it's a very important message.
It's definitely been a struggle, but like you said, I think a lot of good things have come out of it. You're forced to slow down, sort of self-reflect, learn things about yourself as an individual, as a friend, as a partner, as a duo. Do you think that's probably helped you guys? Like, a lot of marriages have gotten stronger because of that. I imagine your relationship has probably gotten stronger because of the challenges.
Absolutely. I mean, you don't realize how much you miss someone, and until you're not with that person. We were together 350 days a year, just nonstop, just which is what we needed to do. We were on the grind for the beginning of our career. We still are, obviously, but it's just we were touring so much. We were always go, and we were always by each other's side. Then it's like you don't see each other for an extended period of time, and it's like, dude, I miss you, man. Like Shay said, it makes you appreciate all these things a little bit more. And I can't even imagine. We miss our fans in such a big way. I can't even imagine that moment when we get to step back on stage for the first time and like feel that connection in person with those fans. It's gonna be electric. Not only for us, but I feel like every artist, every fan, just us going to concerts as fans. I mean, I'm gonna lose my mind when the lights drop and the band starts their first song. It's gonna be a religious experience for sure. Yeah, absolutely.
So let's talk about, can we talk about The Voice for a second? Because
sure.
Blake Shelton is one of the many artists in the world that is always praising your harmonies, your vocals, like everybody it's no secret, you guys are incredible. Your production is always fantastic. So now you guys get to be on Team Blake as part of the, Battle Round Advisors. Was this nerve-wracking for you guys, or is this just really a fun experience that you get to do?
Oh man, it's nerve-wracking always being on TV. I feel like when you're in that setting, it's definitely, we've done it enough now that we feel comfortable with it. But I think the best thing about it is that we're going to be with Blake. Blake is a good buddy of ours, and we've known him since the beginning of our career. And he's one of those guys that we always look to, for not necessarily advice maybe, but no, he's the best. I feel like he's someone that you can watch and you can look at his career and what he's done, and most importantly, how he treats the people around him. He really is just a great guy, and we always watched that. We toured with him back in I think 2014, I believe it was, and we were able to see how not only he treated his fans and how he interacted with them, but also how he interacted with us and how he treated his openers and how great he was to them and to us. So it was he's a great guy, and I feel like he's perfect for The Voice and to be giving advice. Even though he's goofy, he really is a great guy with the biggest heart, and we're gonna have a lot of fun with him because he's just goofy, and he's a lot like us. We have fun always. So I don't know if there'll be anything that can actually be on TV, but we'll see how it goes. There's a lot of joking around will be happening for sure.
Oh, that's going to be a lot of fun to watch. Blake Shelton's sort of an enigma for us in Canada because he doesn't come here. So
he doesn't know where it is.
You have to tell him to come to Canada and,
He's
perform.
missing out. That's his loss.
Yeah. I'm sure he's losing sleep over that at night for sure. Well, we're really excited about that. Have you guys during the pandemic picked up any other sort of hobbies or skills? Dan, I know you adopted a puppy. Is that right?
Yeah, we're actually fostering a 16-year-old dog right now. Yeah, we always are fostering dogs. We're big in animal rescue, and yeah, she's a sweet little bud. But we've got 4 of our own. We've got a bit of a zoo here at the house. So
Wow.
yeah, she makes it 5. So yeah, it's that, like I said, animal rescue is super close to our hearts, both of ours, and we always do what we can to help out in that world. But yeah, it's been awesome being home for the longest we've ever been, with the dogs. This is the best time in their lives. Their parents never leave anymore. I literally never leave the house. So it's like dogs are thriving in this. And I think adoptions and fosters are up too in this period because people are learning how to work from home. And I think that's a really great thing. So yeah, that's it's something we've always tried to use our platform to spread awareness for, and hopefully we can continue to do that.
Do you guys have any advice for, quarantine couples? Because you seem to be doing fantastic in all facets. So if there's anyone to give advice, it's the two of you.
Oh man, I feel like everyone. First of all, I'm really glad that me and my wife actually really do love each other, because I feel like this is the most time we've ever spent with each other in our lives. I definitely spent more time with Dan probably in the first 4 years of our marriage, but it was awesome. I feel like it was definitely a change. We're not used to being that home that much. Luckily, our wives at this point are probably like, all right, so when are you guys going to be able to tour again? Head on out there. No, baby, you should go. You guys are, you go ahead. Just go ahead and book up that tour for this year.
Yeah.
But no, it's been great. I feel like, compromise is a big thing. I feel like you always have to, make sure you're putting in the work and not always playing video games, making sure that you're making time for. Dan doesn't play video games. He's working. But I probably played way too many video games at the beginning.
Which video game do you play?
I played Call of Duty quite a bit and a golf game. So it was pretty dumb. At the beginning, I played it way too much. But I think it is. I think you have to make sure that you're making time, because I feel like whenever you're home, you just kind of assume that you're, in my head, I'm like, we're together all the time, but not necessarily making, a conscious effort to sit down, and even if you're home, to make a date night and to sit down. Those are important to actually have those conversations, because if you're with each other all the time, you don't always make the time to actually talk to each other. So that is very important. That's my TED talk for marriage advice.
Okay, great. Quality
Not a very
time.
good one, but that's all I got.
Well, guys, obviously I feel like I have a whole bunch of stuff I could talk to you about and sit here forever, but we got to go. So thank you so much for chatting. It was great to sort of meet you virtually.
Yeah, thank you for taking the time, and congrats on your amazing setup there. It's fantastic. It looks awesome.
Thank you. And congratulations.
We're going to go there next time.
Yeah, you guys just come over. There's plenty of room. And congratulations on your ACM nomination as well. You guys have been incredible to watch and always such a pleasure. So thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for taking the time. Hopefully we get to hang out soon.
Yes.
That would be nice.
Thank you so much.
All right, take care.
See you.
Thank you.